Hey, how's it going? It's Alexis, and here I am at my studio, the Plaza Roja. This is the third episode in the series about writing the music for the podcast, The Slowdown. In today's episode, first, I'm going to be writing a second theme in a pinch in a half a day. That same day in the evening, I'm having a meeting with Myka Kielbon, the producer of the show. And the next day, early in the morning, I'm going to have yet another meeting with Myka and the host, Major Jackson. We're going to discuss the ins and outs of the music, and I'm going to pay close attention to their notes, and I'm going to apply those notes to a new version of the theme that hopefully will be the final version. So let's check it out, and I will see you on the other side. Cheers. Today's Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. And after sending the first demo, I give myself a couple of days to rest my brain, and in the meantime, the production team can gather their notes and send some feedback. My meeting with Myka, the producer, is tonight, and I'm pressed on time to write a second theme. I continue exploring the idea of the haiku translated into music. 21/8 and 15/8 because it's like in compound time, so it would be something like 1, 2, 3. I come up with a guitar theme that is very related to the first one, but also has its very unique identity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While I'm writing, I receive an extensive set of notes from Myka and her team of stakeholders. I'm going to have to spend some time reading those notes in detail and switch my brain, my hat, to my producer personality and get ready for the meeting.
What I can tell you now that would be helpful.
Everything.
Okay.
tell me everything that you guys talked through.
It's funny because it's one of those things where you like listen to it a bunch of times and you like have different reactions as it develops. And the more I listened to it, I would say like the bridge with the strings was probably my favorite part. And as I talked to Major about it, he was saying like, we were like, that's the part that feels the most him, is that part. I think like the guitar intro like wasn't really sticking for me necessarily. It wasn't sticking for Major, and other people were kind of ambivalent about it. What people really did like was that moment where the guitar and the bass, like where the bass comes in the first 15 seconds. I think like there was a bit of pushback against the drumming in that first part. Kick pedal was a little too heavy. I don't know what your thoughts are towards that.
I was going for this vibe. I just love it. Mm-hmm. The kick drum is smoother. So I mean, I can just make it less aggressive, less punchy. I can make it more like, oh.
Yeah. I think kind of more of a like big bandy, like that.
Yeah. Feathery.
Exactly.
Velvety feathery.
Like I want like a 50s prom like kick pedal. I'm feeling ambivalent about the bass. The tone isn't exactly working for me.
As you can see, this is a pretty intense number of notes. Myka is actually a great producer, and she has a very clear idea of what works and doesn't work. My job is not only to accommodate her vision and implement her notes, it's also to take them to a musical level, a more emotional level, that make the themes really match with the personality of the host and the show. We go on about the nitty-gritty of things for quite a while, and we get ready for the meeting next morning with the host, Major Jackson. We were even playing with like the attack of the sounds, like the kick drum, how punchy it is.
Yes.
Like there's always like a peak or like a pop of the so we can sort of like feather it a little bit more so that it's like, oh. It's not like boom, 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 boom,
By the way, I wanted to say, just as a quick aside, I felt that 5/7/5 structure. I wanted to applaud you on being able to translate that in the composition. Yeah.
No, yeah, and the new one is way more prominent. My takeaway from what you're saying is that it's a little bit too aggressive in terms of like how the guitar is too picky, and how the drums are pushing a little too hard, and how, and the third thing, that your third note is like the strings are a little bit, too fantasia, if you want to call them that way. Yeah.
Comparatively, the middle section really appealed to my taste, and I can hear that Olympian hiatus coyote. My friend Questlove is reminiscing about the Soul Aquarians. It's like their 20th. Anyway, it's in that vein. It feels it feels very soulful, which is the word I've been using. So that was my favorite section.
I actually think the drums need to be Jay Dillard a little bit more.
That was fantastic. I even hear a little Philip Glass in there.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
That marimba, that's like...
Yeah, how'd you do that?
I mean, how cool is it to sort of mix the Soul Aquarian vibes with a little bit of Philip Glass?
Philip Glass, are you
There's
kidding?
nothing wrong with that. Who said we can't do that?
Like, it's a piñata of joy. This is great.
I'm gonna write that down and make a t-shirt out of it.
The front says piñata of joy and the back says prom drum or prom kick drum.
What was your reaction when you heard it yesterday?
I think I had like the same kind of smile that you had, where I was just like, I love it. Well, and it's like, it's something that I could listen to every day, which is really important.
Yeah, that's right.
That part, like the spiritual part, like how does these feel to you, that is actually there? I don't care what I'm using, like any means necessary. Totally Machiavellian with that. So
thanks for your work. This is beautiful.
Of course. Awesome. Well, next week more.
Okay.
That's it for episode 3. In the next one, I'll go over the revisions with the producers, and hopefully we will be ready for mixing and making stems. I will see you then.